Hi, today I want to sit down with you and talk about something truly important: the 6 foods every kidney patient needs if they want to stop this disease in its tracks. These aren't just any foods. They're rich in the vitamins and nutrients your body is quietly craving, the ones most people with kidney issues are missing. And I'll tell you straight, if you want to stop kidney disease, you must make sure your body isn't running low on any essential nutrients. You and I both know it, diet is everything when it comes to avoiding dialysis. I've been working with people facing kidney problems for almost 10 years now, and I've seen it all: the exhaustion, the fear, the moments when someone feels like giving up. But I've also seen the opposite: people who took control, who found a way to slow, stop, and even reverse their kidney damage. Kidney disease doesn't go away on its own. You have to take charge. So if you're struggling right now, please don't lose heart. Don't let fear take over. And above all, never give up. With that spirit in mind, let's take a look at 6 vital nutrients your kidneys depend on, the ones that can truly help stop or reverse kidney disease when they're kept in balance. Number 6, zinc. Zinc is one of those quiet heroes your body depends on, yet it's often too low in people with CKD. Many common medications, especially those for blood pressure, can drain your zinc levels without you even realizing it. And when zinc runs low for too long, your risk of landing on dialysis rises. This tiny mineral does a lot more than most people think. It supports your immune system, helps balance sodium and potassium in the body, and even affects hormone levels. For men, low zinc can lead to low testosterone and erectile dysfunction, definitely not something anyone wants. So, how can you get more zinc naturally? One of the best sources is wild rice, a true gem for kidney health. Wild rice can have up to 30 times more antioxidants than white rice. It's low on the glycemic index, packed with fiber, magnesium, and B vitamins, and it's also lower in phosphorus and potassium than brown rice. Other great zinc sources include wheat germ, lentils, oatmeal, quinoa, shiitake mushrooms, and spinach, all kidney-friendly and easy to add to your meals. But here's something many people don't realize: zinc deficiency isn't always about not eating enough zinc-rich foods. Often, it's the medications that cause it. Antacids like Gaviscon or Pepto-Bismol, and blood pressure drugs such as Zestil, lisinopril, and other ACE inhibitors, can slowly deplete your zinc levels. So, be mindful. Talk to your doctor, and make sure you're protecting yourself. If you found this article helpful, please take a second to hit the like button. Number 5, the power of natural blood pressure control. Let's talk about something that's been stirring up a lot of conversation lately: ACE inhibitors. For years, they've been the standard medication for high blood pressure and kidney protection. But recently, more and more doctors have started questioning their long-term safety and are even cutting back on prescribing them. That's why it's never been more important to look at what nature offers: foods that can gently, naturally, and effectively lower blood pressure without side effects. And today's next food does exactly that. It's rich in phytonutrients that calm inflammation, balance cholesterol, and protect both your heart and your brain. Yes, I'm talking about dark chocolate. I know what you're thinking: dark chocolate? Really? But yes, it's true. Dark chocolate isn't just a guilty pleasure, it's actually a superfood in disguise. A large review of 18 studies covering over 50 years of research found something fascinating. People with high blood pressure who ate a small piece of dark chocolate every day saw their blood pressure drop by about 5/2.7 millimeters of mercury, a meaningful improvement, especially considering we're talking about a food, not a pill. How does it work? The secret lies in cocoa's polyphenol, powerful plant compounds that increase nitric oxide in your body. This helps your blood vessels relax and widen, a process called vasodilation, allowing blood to flow more freely and bringing more oxygen to your organs. The result? Naturally lower blood pressure and happier kidneys. If you want to add even more blood pressure-friendly foods, go for pomegranate, citrus fruits, spinach, arugula, and beets, some of my personal favorites. Number 4. The hidden mineral that can boost GFR. Now, this next one might surprise you. There's a single mineral that researchers found could increase GFR and lower creatinine by up to 30% in just 6 weeks. Incredible, right? That mineral is selenium. Selenium is a quiet powerhouse. It reduces inflammation and oxidative stress directly in the kidneys. But here's the problem: our soil no longer contains as much selenium as it used to, which means our food doesn't either. Most people, even those eating healthy diets, are now running low. Low selenium isn't just linked to worsening kidney function. It's also tied to heart problems, inflammation, and even erectile dysfunction in men. And if you're following a plant-based diet, your selenium levels might be even lower. So how do you get it naturally? Brazil nuts are one of the richest natural sources of selenium on the planet. They're creamy, slightly sweet, and honestly delicious. Just 1 or 2 nuts a day can give you more than your full daily requirement, so think of them as a supplement rather than a snack. Science actually calls Brazil nuts a healing food, and for good reason. They're not just good for your kidneys, they support your immune system, balance hormones, and even protect your heart. So next time you're reaching for a quick bite, keep a small jar of Brazil nuts nearby. 1 or 2 a day could make a world of difference. Number 3, the forgotten nutrient that helps lower creatinine. Now it's time to talk about one of the most important nutrients you can add to your diet if you're trying to lower your creatinine levels and protect your kidneys. Just 5 to 10 grams a day of this can lower bad cholesterol by over 10 points, and for people with diabetes, it can drop blood sugar by up to 28%. It even helps with blood pressure. Some studies show up to a 15% reduction when eaten regularly. And there's more. People who eat plenty of this nutrient often see a slower decline in kidney function, or even an improvement. What is it? It's dietary fiber. Fiber is one of those simple, everyday nutrients that we often overlook, but for kidney health, it's a real game changer. In one large review, patients in stages 3 and 4 CKD actually lowered their creatinine levels and even stabilized their kidney function just by increasing their fiber intake. Some even improved their GFR, no drugs, just food. The only problem? Most people don't get nearly enough. In fact, about 95% of Americans fall short. And for kidney patients, it's even harder, since many high-fiber foods are also high in potassium or phosphorus. But don't worry, there's a little-known gem that can help you add more fiber safely: spaghetti squash. This golden yellow squash looks like pasta when cooked, but it's low in potassium, kidney-friendly, and full of fiber. You can roast it, scrape it with a fork, and suddenly you've got a warm, satisfying spaghetti bowl that's both healthy and comforting. It's one of the easiest swaps you can make for your kidneys, and your taste buds will thank you too. Number 2, the vitamin that can delay dialysis for years. Now, this next one is so important that I want you to really pay attention. In one of the largest kidney studies ever done, over 15,000 patients followed for more than 4 years, researchers found that people who had enough of this vitamin experienced a 44% slower decline in kidney function. That's nearly half the speed of normal progression. So yes, this vitamin can literally buy you years before dialysis. And that vitamin is folate, also known as vitamin B9. Folate plays a crucial role in breaking down something called homocysteine, an amino acid that can quietly damage your blood vessels and speed up kidney decline. When homocysteine levels get too high, your risk of heart disease and end-stage kidney failure skyrockets. So keeping your folate levels up isn't just helpful, it's essential. One of my favorite folate-rich foods is okra. You might know it as lady's finger, a green, slender pod that's slightly fuzzy on the outside and wonderfully silky inside. It's grown all across warm climates from the southern US to India and Southeast Asia, and it's packed with nutrition. Just 1 cup of okra gives you around 15% of your daily folate, along with vitamin C, magnesium, and vitamin B6. And if you have diabetes, okra is a double win. It contains compounds shown to help lower blood sugar levels naturally. You can add it to soups, stews, or roast it in the oven until golden and crisp. It's light, tasty, and perfect for your kidneys. Other great folate sources include leafy greens, asparagus, lentils, citrus fruits, and other legumes, all beautiful, natural ways to nourish your body and protect your kidneys. Number 1. The tiny berry that can actually heal your kidneys. Now, let's talk about something small, sweet, and truly extraordinary. This little berry is one of the few foods in the world that's actually been shown to improve kidney function, not just protect it, but improve it. I'm talking about blueberries. Berries in general are the best friends your kidneys could ever have. They're low in potassium, high in vitamins, and overflowing with antioxidants and fiber. They even help balance blood sugar, which makes them a true superfood for anyone with diabetes. But blueberries? They're special. They come with a unique, kidney protective power that sets them apart. Dr. Joseph Pizzorno, one of the most respected naturopathic physicians in the world, said something fascinating about them. Blueberry anthocyanins specifically protect the kidneys from bowel-derived toxins. Blueberries increase GFR in normal kidneys, but even more impressively, they completely protect the kidneys from the drop in GFR caused by gut toxins in those with impaired function. Think about that for a second. Blueberries don't just prevent kidney damage, they may actually improve kidney function. That's why Dr. Pizzorno included blueberries as a key part of his 3-step program to reverse kidney disease. His approach begins with removing what's harming your kidneys, especially over-the-counter anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen or naproxen, which can quietly cause damage over time. Once the damage stops, you can start nourishing your kidneys back to health with healing foods like blueberries, beet juice, and dark chocolate. And the results speak for themselves. Doctors from the University of Texas and the Cleveland Clinic recently followed patients with chronic kidney disease for 6 months, and what they found was remarkable. By using a natural, holistic approach focused on restoring the kidneys rather than rushing to dialysis, they helped patients cut their creatinine in half. None of the 288 CKD patients, even those in stages 4 and 5, ended up on dialysis. Not one. That's the kind of breakthrough that gives hope to millions of people living with kidney disease. You see, for years, I've been saying that CKD doesn't have to end with dialysis, that with the right nutrition, mindset, and care, the body can heal. And now, finally, the medical world is beginning to catch up. When doctors stop focusing on pushing patients toward dialysis and start helping them truly recover, the results can be life-changing. So, if you take one message from this, let it be this: your kidneys are not doomed. They can heal. And sometimes, all it takes to begin that healing is something as simple as a handful of blueberries. Alright, so you might be wondering right now, that's incredible, but how can I actually benefit from what these doctors discovered? What can I do to make sure my creatinine goes down too? Well, the good news is this: there are 4 essential steps every kidney patient needs to take if the goal is to avoid dialysis and start truly healing. And make sure you stay with me until step number 1, because that's where I'll share the single most powerful key for people in stages 4 and 5, the one thing that can help them stay off dialysis for good. But first, let's begin with step 1, your diet. There's no improving your GFR or lowering creatinine without getting your diet right, absolutely none. And the doctors from the Cleveland Clinic have found a way to make the renal diet even more effective. How effective? One of their patients, a woman whose creatinine was 2.0 milligrams per deciliter, that's stage 3B or even stage 4 kidney disease, followed this program, and in time, her creatinine dropped to 1 milligrams per deciliter. That means her kidney function completely normalized. Her doctors were so amazed that they eventually discharged her because she didn't need a kidney specialist anymore. Can you imagine that? Going from stage 4 kidney disease back to normal kidney function? That's the kind of result that gives everyone hope. And if you find that as inspiring as I do, go ahead and share this story, because more people deserve to know that recovery is possible. So, what's the secret behind this transformation? What exactly did these nephrologists do differently? Let's take a closer look. According to the team at the Cleveland Clinic, the key to cutting your creatinine in half lies in restoring your gut microbiome, that community of trillions of tiny, living bacteria inside your digestive system. You see, your gut isn't just about digestion. It's a living ecosystem that affects everything: your immune system, your metabolism, and yes, even your kidney function. Healthy gut bacteria help break down food into energy, create essential nutrients, and keep harmful bacteria in check, the ones that release uremic toxins, which can slowly poison your kidneys. So, protecting and restoring this delicate balance is one of the most powerful ways to help your kidneys heal. And honestly, this isn't brand new. I've been telling my patients for years to eat more fiber and take a high-quality probiotic. But what truly surprised me was just how dramatic the results were when these Cleveland Clinic doctors applied this approach consistently. We're talking about creatinine cut in half and no more CKD. Even more fascinating? They've developed a simple, step-by-step method to get these results quickly, all through gradual dietary changes. The very first step? Cutting protein. In all my years working with CKD patients, I've never seen anyone with stage 3 or higher improve their kidney function without drastically reducing their protein intake. It's always the first and most important change. So yes, that's always going to be step 1. Then comes step 2, replacing those harmful foods with things that truly nourish your gut: beans, vegetables, and nuts. These are the power foods I always recommend, because that's where most of your daily fiber comes from. And the more fiber you get from natural, plant-based sources, the happier your gut and kidneys will be. Just remember to keep your protein intake in check. For example, choose green beans over common beans whenever you can. They're much gentler on your kidneys. Now, step 3 is all about bringing life back into your gut. That means adding foods that naturally increase your healthy gut bacteria, the probiotics. And one of my all-time favorites? Kimchi. Many people think yogurt is the go-to probiotic food, but since it's dairy-based, I usually don't recommend it. Kimchi, on the other hand, is so much better. It's rich in multiple strains of probiotics, completely free from animal protein or phosphorus, and it's absolutely delicious. Plus, because it's made from fermented cabbage, you get a double benefit: probiotics and plant nutrients together. And then comes the final tip from the nephrologists at the Cleveland Clinic, and this one really surprised me. They recommend periodic fasting to give your gut a rest. I'll admit, that caught me off guard. I've always thought of fasting mainly as a way to reduce calorie intake, manage blood sugar, or lose weight. But could it really help rest the gut? Well, some studies mostly on animals seem to support this idea. There's not yet a lot of human data to prove it, so I wouldn't say it's something everyone should jump into right away. But still, the results these doctors achieved were incredible. I mean, cutting creatinine from 2.0 down to 1.0? That's nothing short of amazing. So tell me, have you ever tried intermittent fasting? Did you feel any difference in your digestion or energy? I'd really love to hear about your experience in the comments below. And one last thing, when it comes to gut health, I've personally seen wonderful results from supplements that support both probiotics and prebiotics. So if your goal is to cut your creatinine in half, consider combining these supplements with the right foods. Because here's the secret. This approach actually helps turn your gut into your third kidney, an extra filter working quietly inside you. Up next, I want to share something truly special: wisdom from one of the greatest pioneers in natural medicine, Dr. Joseph Pizzorno. If you haven't heard of him, Dr. Pizzorno is the founder of Bastyr University and one of the most respected naturopathic doctors in the world. I wanted to include his work here because it shines a light on one of the most overlooked causes of kidney decline: nephrotoxins. Now, if your goal is to lower your creatinine, maybe even cut it in half, Dr. Pizzorno says you must aggressively reduce your exposure to these toxins. So, what exactly are nephrotoxins? In simple terms, they're substances that are toxic to your kidneys, silent saboteurs that damage kidney cells and make recovery so much harder. These toxins can come from many sources: lipopolysaccharides from a leaky gut, smoke and pollution, and even chemicals hidden in the foods we eat like glyphosate, the herbicide better known as Roundup. I know most of you here already take care of your gut and don't smoke, so let's focus on the two big ones that sneak into our bodies almost unnoticed: heavy metals and organic pollutants. These pollutants are especially dangerous because they linger in the environment, accumulate in the food chain, and for anyone with CKD are incredibly hard for your kidneys to filter out. Take glyphosate, for example. It's banned in several countries because it's been linked to cancer, yet it's still widely used in the US. You might be surprised to learn that the biggest sources of glyphosate aren't fresh fruits and veggies, but processed foods, things like granola, instant oats, cereals, and snack bars. And because glyphosate is often sprayed on crops like oranges, almonds, and soybeans, choosing organic versions of these foods can make a real difference. Now, here's where Dr. Pizzorno's work gets really interesting. He found that one simple, natural supplement can actually help your body detoxify these substances and protect your kidneys, and that's ginkgo biloba. You've probably heard of ginkgo as a brain or memory booster, but its real magic lies in its ability to protect your cells from mitochondrial toxins, including glyphosate. In some of Dr. Pizzorno's patients, ginkgo supplementation led to visible improvements in kidney function even faster than expected. If you're thinking of trying it, ginkgo is available in extract form and seems to work best when taken in smaller doses throughout the day, adding up to 120 to 240 milligrams daily. Just make sure to talk to your doctor first. Even though ginkgo is generally very safe, it's always best to get a professional's approval before starting any supplement. So, remember this: protecting your kidneys isn't just about what you eat, it's also about what you avoid. Reducing your exposure to toxins might just be one of the most powerful steps you can take toward real healing. Okay, my friends, before we dive into number 2 for today, and trust me, it's crucial, especially if you're in the later stages and trying to stay far away from dialysis, I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting this channel. It truly means the world to me. When you become a member, your comments get top priority for replies from me, and you'll also get a personal shout out. But most importantly, you're helping me keep creating more of the content you love, and that's actually helping people get better. Now, let's talk about something truly amazing: what the nephrologists from the University of Texas were able to achieve. They ran a study that lasted 6 months, and guess what? None of their patients ended up on dialysis. Not one. And here's the really incredible part: 31 of those patients were already in stage 5 CKD. So how did they do it? It turns out, the secret wasn't some numerical drug. It was something far simpler and, honestly, something that should have been obvious all along. According to the doctors, a huge number of kidney patients end up on dialysis because of medical errors. You see, when your kidneys start to lose their filtering ability, a lot of medications and procedures that were once safe suddenly become very dangerous. I'm talking about common prescriptions like NSAIDs, painkillers such as ibuprofen, proton pump inhibitors, acid reflux drugs, and even imaging tests that use contrast dye. Add to that certain antibiotics and antivirals, and you've got a recipe for disaster if no one's paying attention. But here's the inspiring part: by simply avoiding these mistakes, the doctors helped all their patients stay off dialysis. Their approach was surprisingly simple. They focused on giving only the safest diabetes and blood pressure medications and, more importantly, they taught patients how to talk to their doctors, how to ask the right questions, and make sure they weren't being prescribed something that could harm their kidneys. It's almost funny when you think about it. Who would have imagined that just making sure your doctor doesn't accidentally damage your kidneys could be the very thing that saves them? Maybe it's time someone started running tests on nephrologists, right? But seriously, this study proved something powerful. If you can protect yourself from kidney-damaging drugs and procedures, you can dramatically lower your chances of ever needing dialysis. And just to be clear, avoiding medications like NSAIDs and contrast imaging is only half of the story. The other half, and the one people rarely talk about, involves drug interactions, which can be even more dangerous because they're harder to spot and can silently cause far more damage. So now the big question is this: how can you stop your doctor from making a mistake that could send you into dialysis? Let's talk about it. Number 1. Do your homework. I know it sounds simple, but it's powerful. The number one reason the patients in Texas were able to stay off dialysis wasn't just that they avoided harmful medications, it's that they learned how to help their doctors avoid prescribing them in the first place. Here's exactly what the researchers found. Every CKD patient should bring all of their medications, in their actual bottles, to every single doctor visit. It might sound like a small thing, but it's a game changer. When you do this, you give your doctor a full picture of what you're taking, not just the names, but the doses, the timing, the combinations. It opens the door to an honest conversation about what each medication does, why you're taking it, and whether it's still the best choice for you. But let's go a little deeper. In my experience, the reason some healthcare professionals accidentally overprescribe or give something dangerous isn't because they don't care, it's because they don't have the full story. They might not have your complete medical history, or they might not realize what other medications you're already on. And that's where you come in. If your goal is to protect your kidneys and to stay as far away from dialysis as possible, you need to become your own best advocate. Bring your most recent blood test results, keep a personal health journal, and know your numbers. Walk into that doctor's office prepared, not nervous or passive, but confident and informed. Trust me, this simple habit can change everything. It gives you control. It makes your care a partnership instead of a guessing game. You'll know what's happening, why it's happening, and how to protect yourself every step of the way. And that's it for today, my friends. Thank you for watching, for caring about your health, and for being part of this growing community of people taking charge of their kidney journey. Take care of yourself, stay strong, and as always, God bless you.